You alright? Welcome back to another episode. It's been a little while since I've recorded anything. Nothing really much has been happening. We've been doing a few little jobs here and there which I'll show off, but at the moment it's just been very much just waiting to be able to drive the car. The rear exhaust hanger needs welding because if we don't weld it, it'll fail its MOT, which is due in May. So March now, coming up to the end of March, and I'll be able to drive this the end of May / beginning of June. So between that time, obviously buying it in January, and then is when we've had our gap to be able to work on the car. Obviously I bought it a bit earlier than I thought I would, so that's why it's a lot more of just waiting now, because we've done everything that we need to do, except for this one job, which of course is the rear exhaust hanger. I'll show it off in a minute and show what we're going to be welding, and then after we've done that, we're going to be working on the engine bay here a little bit. We're actually going to take out the airbox and smooth it out and fit a new induction pipe. It's not an HKS, but I will show it and I'll tell you what's going on with that. All we need to do is disconnect the battery, because obviously we're going to be welding, and always remember to disconnect the battery if you're going to weld. Pro tip. We'll get it all sorted, and then it'll be ready for its MOT on, well, it ends in the beginning of May, and then obviously it'll be put in for the end of May, so should be good. Right then, fast forward 2 weeks, because it was about 2 weeks when I last recorded. We didn't really got a plan. Exhaust hanger that was snapped is now welded up, so it'll pass an MOT. That's a plus, so it's roadworthy. But we need to visit on what's under the bonnet. Now, as you know, I don't like the rocker cover. It's all patchy and horrible, and it does me head in. However, there is something that we can improve in the engine bay. At this time, it's not the rocker cover, but it's the induction pipe. I tried cleaning up, it didn't go too well. I still didn't go too well. Cleaned up the best we could, but it's not perfect. So we're going to change it. Yeah, we're just gonna totally change it to a different one. It does also help with performance, sort of. It's not going to make it like mentally quick or anything just by changing that out. But we're also going to smooth out the standard airbox as well. Apparently that improves throttle response, makes VTEC sound, or at least seem a little bit more prominent. So yeah, we're going to do that. So that's the plan. And also, we're detailing a little bit today. We've clear barred a little bit of the car. We've done the front quarters, bonnet, rear quarters, the spoiler. I'm going to show you it all. It's really shiny. You can just see yourself in it. It should just be a camera, but it looks really good. And that's for the show in July. We've got a show coming up in July. Probably when you're watching this, it's going to be like about then anyway, so for us it feels really far away, but yeah, it's probably already happened. Yeah, we did the spoiler, and look at that. Wow. Like a side profile, but you can see the shine. It's pretty crazy. It's certainly an improvement from what it used to be. We haven't done anything with the wheels, but the dual refurb anyway. And obviously this is what we're visiting under here. We also did do the bonnet as well, but it's stone chip central. Camera's probably not going to give much away, but we've done our best with it. And obviously the quarters as well leading down. It's looking pretty good. This is what we're working with, so that's what we're changing out. Airbox is there, that we're smoothing out. As you can see, it's got like weird stuff around the edges. Right, so Ramair induction pipe. For some reason, we purchased this. Now, my dad has one of these on his, and I thought it looked cool, so I went for the same. It's essentially for an intercooler. We're going to fit it to this. Can't really get it around to show you, but it's going to go like around there. You get the idea, and then it's going to just look a bit mental for the engine bay. Having a massive clamp, you know what I mean? Changing. Weather's changing. Seems to be, yeah. See what I mean though? It's got a crap all over it. Not good, is it? Right, that's the airbox and the pipe off. I do realise on the airbox I could have just took the top cover off on the air filter and probably would have been a bit easier, but it's all about learning, I suppose. So in future reference I'll just do that. So yeah, next we're going to smooth out the airbox and then fit it all back up with the silicone hose. Going to be a few more Jubilee clips to fit this time around because there's a few things that aren't as secured the same as the OEM's type of one.
Something else you can see as well, one of the butterfly valves here. Look at that.
Right, so we've smoothed out the airbox now. Pro tip if you're fitting these again is you're going to want to put these rubber bungs back in, and then they're going to sit on the posts in here, just straight in. So I'm going to be sitting on these two rubber posts on there, and then just go straight in. Right, so that's the Ramair Pipe in. I realise a lot of people are probably wondering why I've used a boost clamp for the top end up here, leading into the airbox. It just looks cool. That's about the only explanation I've got. I like how it looks. Obviously, it's a lot of security, so it'll do the job. Why not? It was only like 12 quid or something. A few people are probably wondering why the airflow sensor's missing on the airbox itself. We just took it off while we were smoothing it out because it's a very sensitive and expensive piece of equipment, so don't want to be trifling with no sensors. So we're going to put that back on now, and then that should pretty much finish everything off. Plugged everything back in, all the pipes are back in, and this is all done. Right, so we've pretty much finished the car off now, just in time for the rain. It's getting dull, Britain. So yeah, so that's it all done now. So like I say, sensors now in up top. We've got the crazy boost pipe. It's mainly for like intercoolers and things like that, but like I say, it just looks cool. And then of course the Ramair induction pipe itself all in. It's massively improved the engine bay and how it looks now. Like I say, the only thing letting it down at this point is the rotor cover, and it just needs a bit of a good cleaning here. But it damns like better than what it was, especially with the new pipe in. And I'm also looking at getting a different filler cap. That's just a temporary fixture, just looks a bit better than stock. But yeah, I need to try and figure that out. I've had a bit of an escapade with trying to get them. So yeah, but something else we did while we were just cracking on with this, I was busy smoothing out the airbox, and my dad decided to do something pretty awesome, which I've been wanting to do for a while, and that is the garnish in the doors. Well, the sill. So just let that open. So as you can see, bar the dint, it's now perfect, pretty much. So I was tempted to wrap these in carbon with like a decal, but I wasn't too keen on the idea. I really like how they look standard. But yeah, bar that little dint there, these are perfect. So we're going to do the driver's side next. That hasn't been done yet. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll catch you all later. Don't know what the next episode is going to be about, but figure something out. Bye. So as you can see, we've sort of stripped out the back end of the interior. This side's not quite done yet, but as you can see, it's all pretty much stripped out.